I'm going to make a bold statement and say that doing a TEDx talk is going to be the most transformative and uplifting experience.
Ooh, I love this one. How to be great in a relationship. I'm going to wing this, as you guys always know that these are all freestyle videos here, but that's a great question. How to be great in a relationship begins with having the intention to be great. I know that sounds so simple, but you meet so many people who they jump into a relationship. They're so excited to find their girlfriend, their boyfriend, to get married, to have that husband and that wife, that partner, and they're so excited about it. And then over a period of time, what ends up happening? They get caught in a routine. They get to know the person better. They develop, habits and responses and pet peeves. And all of a sudden, they stop seeing the magic in the very person they met with and intentionally had this idea to grow this great relationship. We're going to be amazing together. And people stop putting great intention and great efforts into their relationships. And over a period of time, they feel ho-hum, they start to die. And you and I both know that. So the challenge is this. If you want to have a great relationship, your intention must be to be great, to make the other person feel great, and to build a great life together. Now, I know it's not always easy. I'm married. I have the same challenges as anyone else. Like, it's difficult sometimes to make sure you're as empathetic as you can be, to be as present as you can be, to be as understanding, loving, perfect, amazing, passionate, spontaneous, whatever it is. Everybody struggles the same in relationships. So what can we do about it? Well, I think there are 3 very powerful intentions that if you had in your relationship, no matter what that relationship is like now, it will improve it. Even if you already have an extraordinary relationship, a little more of these 3 things will improve and fire up.
Okay, so we will talk about those, or we will listen to those 3 things shortly or later, or maybe not, because I have some people here who are experts at relationships. Unlike me, I am not an expert in relationship matters. So the people who I have with me are experts. So they will tell you their 3 things. But tonight, I want to welcome everyone first and foremost for being here. Please share this conversation. Share the live. No, I don't say that. Please share this conversation, because that's what we're about to have. And I have 2 wonderful people with me to share in this conversation. Unfortunately, my regular host is missing in action again tonight. Unfortunately, she's not feeling well. So Dr. Asha is not going to be here tonight with us. I will have instead my fellow directors of the Daughters of Sheba Foundation here with me tonight. So thank you, Gloria and Clara, for joining me for this very important conversation. And you guys know me. I always change things at the last minute. So there's a little twist to tonight's conversation. But how I want to do, first and foremost?
Great.
Clara, make for your face, make up so like yes, smell Dee.
I'm doing great. I'm great.
Okay. So thank you guys for being here. Whether Dr. Asha was going to be here or not, I had asked you guys to join because as a foundation, I want us moving forward to be, for me, not to be the only face of the Daughters of Sheba Foundation. I've always said to you guys, please, people need to see that it's not just Claudette, because some of them don't like Claudette. So I need you guys to be here more. So here you guys are. I know it's a little late for you. It's but the time has changed. I understand that you guys don't change time in Jamaica, but we do here in Canada, and so our time rolled back, but it's still 6:30 for me, but it's still 8:30 on the eastern part of the US. So it's still 8:30 for the people in the US, and it's still 6:30 for me. It used to be 7:30 for you guys when we start our lives. It's now 8:30. So I know it's a little bit later than usual. So hopefully, a few people will join us. We're not the
Way past the
place.
bedtime.
It's way past your bedtime. I understand that, and I get that. You see, you people will love to talk about way past the bedtime, and then when we look on Facebook, we see, Facebook giving away. Can see that you're very much still active up and about on Facebook. Facebook even tell you, oh, she was on 15 minutes ago. She's on now. So don't think you fool anybody by telling me that is way past your bedtime.
Except that if you have the page up, it shows as if you're on.
Yes, it does
Really?
show. It does show.
Yes.
It does show. It even show in Messenger as well.
So
When you're logged off and all of that.
I might have my computer on and would be like on Facebook at 6:30.
Mhm.
At 2 o'clock, I didn't lock down. I didn't close the tab. It shows as if I'm on Facebook at 2
No,
o'clock.
but it shows it go. Well, I don't know what part of Facebook, but in Messenger, after a while, it shows that you're inactive.
Okay. Yes, I know that.
Yes.
Yes.
So it shows
Yes.
that you're inactive. So like when people
Mhm.
say to me, "No, sir," I just smile, because Facebook now I keep my secret for nobody. If you know where to look, Facebook will give you away. Anyway, thank you, ladies, again for being here. Like I said, tonight, this month at the Daughters of Sheba Foundation, our conversations mainly centers, it's not the only thing that we're talking about, but it mainly centers around transitioning, making those life changes that we need to make. For this year, our theme has been leveling up our
Yep.
lives. And
Yep.
leveling up can be in a variety of areas. It could be your finances, it could be your relationship, which is all we're talking about tonight. But we're doing a further spin tonight and talking about transitioning with your relationship, or transitioning out of your relationships. That is another part of transitioning. But then today something happened, and but not just today, but another woman was murdered, and it's in a relationship, and it bothered me. It bothered me because I was like, what the hell is going on? Why are basically femicide? It's something we have talked about here over and over and over again, femicide. And a lot of people just think that, oh, these are these stush women with their 2 viewers on Facebook, them should go to them bed. What I'm talking about, femicide. But as I'm watching it daily, I'm seeing it more and more. Femicide is basically murder of women because they're women, because it's kind of like genocide, but they're being taken out because they're women. And so another woman was taken out a few days ago, and this woman, it happened in Canada, but she was, I don't know why these people keep saying unalive, but maybe because we don't do lives every single day. We don't have to go into all of that drama to be covering up from the algorithm. But this woman was murdered by her Jamaican boyfriend.
Ex.
Huh? Ex-boyfriend. Okay. Because the relationship ended, and it really shook me up, that I was like, what? Another one? Why is it that people find it so hard to end a relationship? Okay, maybe not amicably, but why you have to end the other person's life because the relationship is ending? And so I saw somebody else talking about it, and he's one of the few people I share to my personal profile, and even to Daughters of Sheba Foundation. Is one of the few vloggers. And another pet peeve of mine, they're not bloggers. If they're doing video logs, they're vloggers. Anyway, bloggers is me who write. People who write, those are bloggers. I hear somebody else talking about people being so uneducated and not knowing the English language, Anyway, so there's this guy, Jamaican Carlos, who I normally, from time to time, I will share his videos to even the Daughters of Sheba Foundation page, but certainly to mine, because he, putting aside the politics that he does a lot of, he talks makes some really good points. So tonight, I want to bring his take into the conversation about what's happening in Jamaican relationships between men and women. Why is it that men are finding it so easy? We move from domestic violence to killing, taking out, murdering their partners. So I'm going to bring up his video, and as we talk tonight, I will play pieces of it. I will, play pieces of it. While I'm doing that, is there anything that you guys want to say generally on the topic of relationships and transitioning with your partner, your intimate partner, changing as the relationship flows? Any of you?
Clara.
We're not here to laugh, we're here to have a serious conversation.
Can you hear me, Claudia?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly.
Okay.
Play the video.
All right, play the video.
No, go on. It's a long
Go
video.
ahead, Gloria.
I think it's easier to me, I think it's easier for women to accept the transition easier than men. I think for men, it's more a matter of pride, thinking that they want to hold on, or they want to be the one to end the relationship in most cases instead of the woman. They feel as if, they're the ones who are in charge, and if anything ends, they should be the one to end it.
You mean
and
ego?
So yes, ego. And I think that's part of the reason why it ends up in violence, because if the woman tries to end it, they feel as if, no, that's not your job, you can't do that, and that's why it gets violence. I think that's what I think, really.
Okay.
The transition in part, transition is not their thing.
You
Your
see,
thoughts, Carol?
what men find so difficult to understand is the mind workings of a woman. Because when a woman actually closes that door, it's not a sudden movement.
Correct.
They would have left perhaps years, months, weeks, days ago.
Mentally.
Mentally
Yep.
they go first. Once
Yeah,
they
I
make
agree
up
with
their mind
you.
that this is not working, they are gone. The physical is the end product. Accept it. Move on with your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But men find it hard to accept that.
Okay, so Jamaican Carlos has a perspective on why men find it hard to accept that, and let me play. There's a bit in the intro, so excuse me if I have to fast forward a bit, okay?
Mama said me look like daddy.
His father recently died, so.
Mama said me look like daddy when I put out the hat. We just want the beard to grow. However, people, we come to talk to the Jamaican men them. Because I see more of the Jamaican men them I do something to the woman them. I hold up a video me do I talk to you know. I don't know what happened to the man them, What the man them I hurt the woman them so. What the man them I kill the woman them so. All the foreign man them I gotta do the same thing, What happened to our Jamaican men? Have we no love for the females anymore? What happened to the Jamaican men? What are we doing? Back in the days, woman say, Carlos, you don't have no friend. And people, yes, I have hooked up Jamaican men with foreigners before. Man still asks me if I hook them up every time I come to Jamaica. But do you really want to put yourself in that position? Because you do not know who this man is going to be another victim. You might think, say, boy, I do the right thing, and then you go hook up a woman with a woman, beat her, or a killer or something, people. So you kind of see when a man tell me these days, Carlos, hook me up in on a friend and re. It make me pause and think and look at the person. Do I really know you? Do I know anything about you, your character, your temperament? Me grew up with you, me don't know you. So therefore, me stop doing certain things, people. Stop doing certain things. Because the Jamaican men, them, I take out the woman, them like nothing. I went to a candlelight the other day. A friend of mine, mama passed. Went to a candlelight. And while me and the man there, I look. We saw several bikes come there. Whole per bike. And when the thing, a lot of youngsters look like them in them early, some of them look like they're teen or early 20s. Really in the 30-year-old on bikes. 20s. And while we were there, we noticed all these young men. When I leave, everybody roll out on them bike. A man behind them, you know. None of these youngsters come there with a woman. Peer man jump on the back of them bike and gone. And I said to my brethren, I say, brethren, when we are grow up and a man come at them place, no woman man can come there. Occasionally they say one man with him brethren ride come there. But a man have him bike, a woman there behind you. So all these bike will ride after you so tonight. I'll be a 2 man there on the bike them. So it seems as if them youth no love woman no more. The other day me a reason with a youth. He might talk about the week we keep on my yard there to my father. And we talk to the man I say, yo, County. It's only young can call me County, right? He say, yo, County, when we the young guy, you know, and we are going a graveyard, and we are going wake and all them things, we are going to look girl. Them a boy and I look no girl. So me check out the pattern. What could I cast this? There should be a study on this, you know. Because Jamaica is at a crossroad where...
Let's just pause there for a minute. Is that true in your experience? Are you seeing in Jamaica more guys going out together more than before? I mean, I know you two always, every weekend, you two are at concerts and all over.
And you know, allow us to answer the question.
Okay, sorry, ma'am.
I don't go out that often.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Or I don't go to the places where Carlos goes to.
Okay, so you're saying that in your experience, you don't see that.
That's not my experience, no.
Well, I've heard and I think I've seen where yes, men are more when they go out, they stick together. You see groups of men, they're especially with the parties. You hardly see men and women dancing anymore. You see a group of men dancing or a group of women dancing.
Oh,
it's not like
really?
before. Yes. And the men tend to stick together in a group, and women, you really rarely see intermingling as such. But I don't think it's because men don't love women anymore. I just think it's just a matter of how they're now socialized.
So what is this socialization that's causing this separation of the genders in cultural, in social settings?
I don't know what is causing it. I can't answer that question, but I know that it has been pointed out time and time again that that's what is happening now. That's a pattern that's taking place at the moment.
But Clara,
you'll go to the movies and you don't see. You rarely see couples at the movies. You see groups of people go to the movies now. You don't really see couples go to the movies anymore.
You don't see couples going to the movies anymore. You see like groups of women or groups of guys.
Yep.
But men don't go to movies.
Yes, they do. Yes, I went to movie and I see men there.
With women.
It's pie movie them go.
Yeah, pie.
Doesn't mean men don't go out often.
Oh yeah, right, Clara. Oh yeah, right. All right, let's listen to what he has to say, because he goes on into an area that I might not necessarily agree with, but let's just listen.
We never seen them thing before. The university should be studying why Jamaican men are killing women them. So, I want to understand what Carlos say. There should be a study why the Jamaican men killing these women like that. So we are reasoning the brother say, yo, Carlos said, now come on. Them are youth are different youth from we. When we are going week, we are look woman. We are going to look we hook up with a woman people. Them are youth, yeah. Are them and in bridging. Are the bridging, I tell me? He said when the women go dance and they go places, are the man them in a corner with people, I see them. Me come out here, see the man with the NSC in one corner. See them here, them NSC. For one little thing, like one little table, them claims them a bill. See them here, all the youth them in a corner. And what the girl them do? Over there, sit down, because believe me, we went to another grave digging. Yes, I went to another grave digging over here. And while me by the grave digging, me see the man them, the youngster them, have them NSC in our corner over here, so. And them juice and them cup and them stand up in a corner and them bag around their waist and them pants tight and then they have to bleach out and the woman them by themselves over there, so. It seems as if the Jamaican man didn't love the woman them no more. Me I tell you about the bike, them a roll off, I be a man, a man. When dancer keep us sitting at one, how them.
Is this part of oh, hi Corella, thank you for joining us. And your Corella said you hardly see men at the movies, mostly ladies and their friends. So Corella apparently goes out more than you, Clara.
No, man, I see them.
And she also says when I see the videos, ladies by themselves taking selfie. So is this part of the machoism that seemed to be taking over, and not just Jamaica? Because I see, women seem to be being relegated once again to the back burner, back to the kitchen. Women seem to be putting women back in their places, so to speak. Or is this part of the is it the machoism? Is it gang culture? What is it? Is it a certain strata of the society? Because Clara is bougie and from uptown. So is it that is a downtown thing or a country thing? Because Carlos is in the country, so the rural area for those people who are not Jamaican. Is this where are you seeing this? Or Corella, where are you seeing this? Is it everywhere?
It's across the board. It's across the board. It's everywhere, and it's been noted. But as to the reasons why, I don't know if it's just a new thing with the younger generation or what. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It is just noticeable everywhere you go. It's noticeable, and it's been commented on by different groups of persons. But just how they are.
Is this a breakdown in relationships as we knew it? People. I remember my first boyfriend who is here on Facebook. I don't know if he's watching right now. But, when I was, and I'm blushing, when I was, 14, 13, and he was 15, we would hold hands and we would go to Carib, go watch a movie and stuff like that, and that was how you courted, and that was how you did relationship. Is that relationships not happening that way anymore? Gora, you seem to be more.
I don't. No, I don't think so. I think I don't know if it's because I just don't know if it's because of how they're now socialized in terms of social media, the profiling, the isolation. I just don't know. But this is how they are now. This is just how they are, and right across the board, uptown, middle class, downtown, all of them are the same thing. All of them are the same thing. It's just amazing to see them, and he's correct. You see a group of guys in a car come roll up to a party, and they're all men in the car. The women arrive separately. The women arrive separately.
And Corella is agreeing with you because she's saying yes, these men nowadays walk in groups and flasking. What's flasking? Corella, what's flasking? Sorry, one bagaman. What's flasking? Clara, you know what is flasking?
No, I don't.
It could be flashing. Maybe that means a typo. Maybe it's a typo.
Oh my God. Okay. There, as I listened to Carlos, there was a undertone that I got from it, and you guys can tell me that he's saying that men are becoming more, in Jamaica at least, because that's where he's talking about, men are becoming more effeminate, that they're wearing tighter clothes and so forth. Let's listen to that. And My question is that affecting relationships? Oh, so Corella says flasking means buying expensive liquor. So,
Oh, okay.
okay. Hi, good evening, Christine. Thanks for joining us. So let's listen to what else Carlos has to say
Then
about that.
single paycheck.
What you said?
But then single paycheck.
Then single paycheck.
Man again. You know no woman in the group. So that tell me say them youth and no love for the woman them again. No love. Them a youth and no want no woman, you know. It seems. So I want to put this so the whole thing I come from to kill woman. Another thing again. Most of the Jamaican youth them bleach out. I read before, did a study on that, you know. I made a video on it before. Most Jamaican bleach, men bleach more than the woman. You have more Jamaican men bleaching more than the women them. I repeat, you have more Jamaican men bleaching more than the woman them. You have Jamaican men shaving off them eyebrow. Have this little thing I go on the they call the baby here. Then plot them here and they see them have them 2 lines. So them have one when them brush down so. Yeah, so the man them soft people. Jamaican men wear the tightest pants in the world. Nobody wear pants that tight. Man shave up their eyebrow and bleach out and look like a girl, but them are born gay people and want to chase a gay man and hurt him. When the man who chase him and want to hurt him, look just the same. That's why I do a song named Belt. I want you guys go check that out on YouTube. It's called Belt, Jamaican Carlos. Belt. Go check the song there.
So here we have men. Oh, Christine says, yes, the men who are always carrying out their friends and spending huge amount of money on them, buying expensive liquor. But yet there is, as Carlos is saying, there is it's some of these same men will target gay people, gay men, you know, make that make sense, you know, how they're bleaching, they're shaving their eyebrows or taking off their eyebrows completely, and they're still targeting gay people. Is that a front? Are they really? Is a front? Cara, talk some more about it.
Yeah. No, but what else could it be? If you are mirroring what you are destroying. So why shave off your eyebrow? Why? Or perhaps it's in response to perhaps rejection or something. I don't know.
Rejection by whom? What are you talking about?
From men. So they fight them.
Okay, hold on. Clara, just talk straight now, man.
No, what I'm saying, based on what Carlos is saying, these are the guys in the tight pants with the eyebrow, with the bleaching, with the edges,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go and chase, with their edges, go and chase the gay man on the corner, run them, call them all kinds of names. No, most because them probably reject them.
Okay, got you.
Oh, got you. Okay.
So they're
okay,
projecting their own. Okay.
Insecurity. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does that say for women and being able to find a suitable partner? If the men are isolating themselves from women, going out together, so you don't have that exchange of energy between man and woman and that dynamic. What does that say for relationship potential for women?
Well, that's not the woman from fish. No pun intended.
Well, you said the woman what?
Go out and fish.
Go out and fish.
No pun intended.
Some do it as a form of fashion when they shave their eyebrow. So, Corella, do you tell us in the comments, do you think that this form of fashion that the men, nowadays men in Jamaica are doing, is this isolating them from having intimate relationships with women? Corella, share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think, Gloria? Can there be
I think
meaningful
I think it
relationships?
affects the relationships. I think it affects the relationships. I know, like for example, if they see somebody they like, they may look for them on social media and they send them messages in the DMs. That's what they're doing. But everybody sends somebody DMs.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new way of communicating. That's the word. Communicating is all through DMs now.
Mm-hmm.
Or they will sometimes use a friend of a friend to hook up. But the direct approach now, we say a man walk up to a girl and try to charm her or whatever. You don't see that anymore. You don't see that anymore. So it will affect their relationships because communication is just not there.
And the guy who we had first when we started, one of the three things that he talks about maintaining, developing, and so forth a relationship is communication.
Well, it's definitely not there. Definitely not there. Communication. And to be honest, a lot of them do not know how to speak. They cannot communicate clearly. To be very, very honest. They
So
just don't know how to
you mean
speak.
literally them don't know how to
Approach a woman.
enunciate or just approach?
Yeah.
So when we were in school, nobody taught us courtship. Did they? I don't remember them teaching us courtship in school. I mean, we had guidance counseling and stuff like that, but I don't remember. So what's the difference now? Is it again? Are we going to blame social media?
Social media has to take part of the blame.
I would say.
But the whole socialization has a negative impact on all the behaviors.
Yeah.
The language they use, the what I call it, diction, the letter U for Y-O.
Oh my God, girl! Sometimes I can't read it. You see the comments sometimes on some of these platforms, and you can't read it. Even some of the platform holders.
And I am multilingual.
Even some of the platform holders themselves. Some of the I heard that, Clara.
I heard it.
Even some of the platform holders themselves, how they caption their platform, it's pathetic. It's pathetic, and these are the people who have the most followers. And I'm like, what has happened to the English language? So Carella is saying it does affect the relationship. Some men think when they look a certain way, they can attract certain female because they're not intellectual. So that's the way they think they can relate to them. Oh, so they might look for dance woman.
Our woman must take them because them look good.
So, okay.
So, take you and put a bag over your head. Because you can't talk to me.
You can't talk to them.
But that could also go back to the topic of what we're talking about is transitioning, because if they can't communicate with each other well, if the man can't communicate with the woman and the woman can't communicate with the man, then of course this is where the breakdown comes in. So the transitioning is harder because nobody is listening. Nobody can speak clearly or explain themselves clearly. So it makes it even more difficult. And maybe that's where the whole anger thing comes in, the violence, everything comes in. Because of course, the communication is so poor.
So instead of being able to sit down with your partner and say, you know what? I didn't feel good when XYZ happened, or when you didn't call me to say you're going to be late. Instead, then just chop up them one another.
Or they just keep it in. You know, people things build and build and build and build till it just gets aggressive. Yeah, I think a lot of it is a communication problem. And the resort to hitting or whatever form of violence that they can think of. I mean, why would a man go in and stab a woman or 30 odd times in her house and we just I just can't understand what would drive somebody to do something like that.
So you kill the dead.
Anger, lack of impulse control, lack of emotional intelligence.
Yep.
And it's just lack.
Yep.
Dun.
Yeah.
Let's hear what
And
else.
some people
Sorry,
don't realize that emotional intelligence exists. Some people don't even know that
they don't know.
that's a thing. People don't know that. So.
It's an old thing actually. It's to use the term emotional intelligence among us educated people or those of us who know, it's actually an old term. It's something that came up back in the 90s, in the
Yeah,
early
yeah.
90s, when this term came up about emotional intelligence. But it's still so, and basically for
And it's
those
still
who is
so
watching
new
this,
to a lot of people.
it's new to a lot of people.
The
And
concept is.
basically what it is that is learning, knowing, understanding, and being able to manage
Your
the various
emotion.
emotions that
Yeah.
you go through. And Glory, you're right, this might account for not this might, it accounts for much of the violence that we're seeing in relationships. Let's hear what else he has to say.
So you tell me, say, like the youth them and the girl them in a competition. So maybe is it why them a take out woman and so it's a competitive world where them and them a compete against the female them? Me don't know. But I know say there should be a study on this. Why Jamaican men are killing woman them. So I when them come a foreign them a do it. I when they come a foreign them a do it. Woman, hold on there. Woman can't left with no more. When a woman there we don't know is a life sentence. Woman can't left a man no more. Jamaican men. Woman can't left with no more. So if a woman left with a life sentence that, a dead she dead. A that a go on now. A woman can't go on about her business. You go kill her, you're going to prison. What that for? A woman, you think no woman can make me go do no nonsense, you go send me a prison. I go do some nonsense against her. Look how much woman upon hurt. It's true you say Jamaican men are so emotional. More than females. We can't say boy them emotional like a girl. No, that would be a disrespect to female. Because some female tough. Nah, ball boy. How many female left them man and come back and murder them man? How much female man cheat on them and they do them nothing, still a cook and clean and iron for them tomorrow morning? How much female man left them gone for that woman and they run go kill them? You see that happen on the female side? So you tell me that the men them are more emotional. It's as if when they do that man they left them, you know, the Jamaica as a life sentence. Choose good people. Choose good, my females. Choose good.
And therein lies the lesson: choosing the right partner and choosing to stay with somebody when you see the signs that, hey, something is wrong here. Right, Clara?
Right.
What's with you on these one word answers? She laughs.
But do you hear he mentioned the word emotion in his comments?
Yes. And he's saying that the men are more emotional than women. And wasn't it once thought that women is the weaker sex?
Oh, please. That is such a misnomer.
Yeah, but
that was all propaganda.
to keep us in our places. So he's
Yes.
saying that
Yes.
the men have no control over their emotions, so they're just running wild. They're just doing whatever they want as it relates to taking out their anger. And I love what he said. It's a life sentence to be in a relationship with some of these men. It means that if you left them, no matter what them do, them can go a road and have 6, 7 babies on the side with you in a relationship with you, but have other baby mothers, and you're not supposed to leave. You will lose your life for
Lose
doing
your
that.
life.
The thing is, you see, is that what another problem again, as it has to do with socialization, is that growth is better managed on the, I might sound feminist, but
So
how we manage growth is so much more efficient than the opposite sex.
okay, let me
In
see if I
that, in
understand.
that, in that, you hardly find a well-thinking woman staying at the same level socially, intellectually, every alley.
Hmm.
There's always some ambition to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the people that I know, people who I socialize with, that's how we roll. And when you transition from that space, it is not my responsibility to pull the man along. No,
Definitely not.
and
Mm-mm.
not my responsibility that.
Mm-mm.
If you don't want to come, then they gonna leave you.
Agreed. No, but in the olden days, we women were taught that it is, we must build our men up.
Huh?
Yes,
Girl, happy.
and it's our duty to encourage them and to do this and to do that. That's how I was when I was young and I got married first.
I
I
don't have a
was
saddle on my back.
what you call it? No, that's what I was taught. That's what I was led to believe. So yeah, man, it's your job to support them, your job to encourage them, your job to build
And
them
who
up.
support you?
Me, and myself.
Ah,
Yeah,
there's the problem.
Well,
yes,
I was taught that a man for mine you,
yes.
and when a man mine you, he must get the best piece of the chicken. He must get the breast and the
And you
legs,
eat
and
what
you
I
eat the
pot.
chicken back.
And you eat what
Um,
I pot.
yeah. So that
And give the chalk plate.
give him the which plate?
The chalk plate.
So are you saying then, Gloria, that
Mm.
with the changing of time and
Yeah.
you too, Clara, with the changing of time, with the Carla said, my mother's day that, my mother day is that. No, and it's all
Mm.
our Mother's Day. So, but
Mm.
let's be honest though, weren't relationship more full were no let me rephrase that. Were relationships more fulfilling then for those women, for our mothers, as
No,
against the women
no,
now?
because
No,
the bar was
no,
low. The bar was
no,
low.
no,
The bar was
no,
low.
no, definitely not.
You have to do
Definitely
calypso
not.
to go under that bar. No.
Mm-mm. And I would
So
never do that
Which
again.
is why we say
Never,
if you raise
ever.
the bar and know what you want and get into your own self,
Mm-hmm.
whoever, if it's girlfriend or husband or spouse or whoever can't come with you along with you is going to get left, is going to
Mm-hmm.
transition into another slot
And
on your
sometimes
journey.
maybe that I'm not saying that is the reason why, but maybe that's one of the reasons why these men turn to violence, because they can't get their head around the fact that these women are now more progressive. They're stepping out. They're stepping away from them, leaving them behind, and so they, as I say, ego, pride, whatever. They just decide to just snatch at you, and that is it. Poof, you're gone.
you're gone. Oh, okay. We folks, we don't stay here longer than an hour, but
Mm.
let us hear what else Carlos has to say.
A lot of these killings did not start overnight. You see symptoms, you see signs, you see breadcrumbs. You saw it coming, all the beating and all them stuff. You never used to get beaten. You never used to get verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental and emotional abuse. You never used to get that. Man talk down to you, make you feel like you're nobody, you're nothing.
Hmm.
You never see it coming. You never used to get beaten. You never used to have them and talk to you like a crap. Many of you women caused and yourself also. Listen to me, lady, before me hang up. A lot of this beating, the lady will take it. Not for them own self. They take it for others. Mama. So many women would take the beating, not for themselves, but for others. Carlos, what do you mean? Because they don't want others to see them back up at their mama yard and them go pull water out of the tank and use drying pan. They don't want the people see them because them used to there with them man in the nice car, at least she driving at the front or she might drive it and she look good when she there with her man. In the nice house where she have the Wi-Fi and Netflix and all that. Mama not have that up of fear, yeah. Mama still probably have to use the wood fire. So no woman no want to go back to that type of life. But they will follow people and make them take beating because they might think about what people are going to think about with them when them left the man and go back a mama yard or a friend yard. I'm going to teach you something today. People, females, consider stepping back for a comeback. Don't sit down in night and take no abuse from no man. At 2023, the ultimate price you're going to pay is with your life. Consider step back for a comeback. Consider your life as a hurdler, as a high jumper. No hurdler, no high jumper or long jumper. No, just stand up at the pole or the vault or the sand bed, sand pit, and just jump. No. They all go back for the comeback. And when they come back, they go over the vault like that, the pole. Whoa, not true. You ever seen a long jumper or high jumper just stand up right there at the pole or the sand pit and just jump? No, people don't work like that. You have to go back for the comeback. And when you come back, you get way over the vault. Females, consider that. Stop taking beat because you think about what people are going to think about you. You know, come at church again a Sunday daytime, come sit down in the front seat and put the big offering. Kind of act like Miss Jones. You know some things not right. Not act like things right when they're right. Stop tell lie to your family and your friends and knock up in the door when you know so they want to beat you. Stop refuse to go over your friend or your family house because you get beaten and black eye and you can't go over there right now, you don't want them to see. Stop lie to them for a man when I love you.
Stop lying to yourself.
Some of them man are crosses. Some of them man is a life sentence. When did our men come to this? You understand? Men used to beat women and all them things there, but people nowadays it come like nothing for a man take off a woman head. Me even hear man attack out of the mouth. Say if a girl this and a girl that, a girl dead. Can you imagine that? When since woman become our property? When since woman become our property? That a woman can't left with. When since Jamaican men, women become our property, like if a woman there with me as a life sentence, she better not left. I even think about it. Something's wrong here, and this needs some study, some university study.
You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I was just saying that I don't know that that it needs more study. I think it needs more people to read the studies that are already available. People to listen to conversations like this instead of the mix-up and drama every single day. People to listen to him saying to them, listen, stop taking beatings, get out of that, go back to mama yard, even if mama still I use bakalam. He, as Christine says, he's talking the truth. And do you guys think that more studies are needed?
No, I don't think we need any more
We get
studies.
our heads in the sand asking for study for this, study for that, study. Just look outside, take off the blinders, take off the shades. It's all there in our faces.
Mm-hmm.
We read it, we write it, we sing it, we put it in songs, we dance to it. It's there in our faces.
It's there.
Not one more study.
I mean, even programs like ours, you know, we had so somebody here made a comment I want to some women love the high roller life and will stay in the abusive relationship just to seems like they're part of the Joneses. Was it 3 years ago or 2 years ago we had Althea Lane, Jamaica's first supermodel, Jamaica's first supermodel and the first Black woman to grace the pages of some major international Essence magazine. And I think I'm going to find that live conversation. I hope I still can have it and replay that we had with Althea Lane, who shared with us her experience of domestic violence. And I always remember Althea saying that the women uptown, they experience domestic violence more than the women downtown or in lower income situations exactly because of what Karela says. They love the high road, the lifestyle. They love the lifestyle. That's one reason she gave. And the other reason she gave was that the woman downtown, the lower income woman, not technically from the man. Them a go broke the back over there.
Them a ball it out.
What? What,
Them
Cara?
a ball it out.
Say you not like me.
Yeah. Yeah, them a ball it out and make everybody know say, yeah, lick me.
Yeah. So I mean, I
And
love
and
Carlos.
the ones be uptown now by Mac Makeup.
That's why your face. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, God, so that's why you're so made up.
I don't use Mac.
You don't use Mac. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like Mac. I don't know. I find Mac kind of just to
Mac is not a black.
Mac is kind of thick. You know, I prefer I prefer the ones. Anyway. I like my makeup natural. That it doesn't even look like I am wearing makeup. Anyway, I don't think any more studies needed. I think more people like Carlos, not more people, people with influence, people with platforms, people with, should be talking, educating, informing women and men. Because based on what we're hearing tonight, it sounds as if that the men need psychological intervention more than the women. When it come on to handling their emotions and managing their emotions and how to have a relationship, because tonight's topic was really about transitioning relationships,
And the thing too is as a society we can't ignore the male species. We can't impose on them this concept that they need to be strong and you don't cry, you're not supposed to have mental issues because you're the man. Which part, human? The same things that trigger women would be the very same things socially that will trigger men. Yes, we go through all kinds of mood swings and whatever because of our natural makeup and the things that, but men do too. Men also pause too.
Yeah, they do. Physically, there's a menopause.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is to erase this thinking, re-socialize ourselves to know that the humanness in women is quite similar to the humanness.
Cara, you
She
freeze.
freeze.
Yeah. Let's see
Well,
yes, here.
There a lot of work is presently being done in that area in terms of men and their mental well-being. So it's been highlighted a lot here now.
Yeah,
In
that's
recent
good. That's
times.
good.
In recent times, yes, it's been highlighted a lot.
And here in Canada, November is actually Men's Month, and we a couple of years ago we observed it. Just that we have shifted our focus more towards women. Let's get a final word out of Carlos before we wrap up.
Don't take his things, family. That look here. Don't you see that 90-year-old man the other day will kill him wife and a wife friend? Said more than that, even old man getting in the game to people. Even old man, a 90-year-old man, they kill him wife the other day, a returning resident friend. And we do a video on that thing, and the whole way I look and say, boy, because the husband was missing. Nobody could find the husband and find the wife friend who's a returning resident in our house dead. And they got the wife house and find the wife dead, but the husband was missing. Old man. And we said, what happened? Come to find out the whole man and the man will do all of that. What's wrong with us as a society? It's not just woman who take stuff from man. Happen every day, family. Man they live with them wife for them yard. Man they have them girlfriend. They just did a day here one car. One man take out a woman and take out himself too on a crossroad. Just the other day. Man take out the woman and take out himself too. So the man is weak. Jamaican men have become so weak, fragile, emotional. Look around the country, if man look like a gal boy. Yeah. I look at the woman, everything I look more masculine. Look in Jamaica, said the man them now look more feminine. Yeah, I admit them, I see them. Man them look more feminine. You know, like when we used to grow up, me and Tikaros and Sheba and Squiddly and King and Papa and Keyboard and we are roll as big men. Men, we are man. We don't let no woman boy. We tough. Them I use nowadays, them soft. Walking around in long socks and long sleeve in a sun hat, looking like a girl in her slippers, hopscotching in the hot sun hat. The man them become soft. Then they must kill off the woman them. Then they must kill off the woman them. It's a competition that go on now. A competition. The man them must kill off the woman them. There should be a study as to what caused this. Man even got foreign. Jamaican man even got foreign. The woman them not safe.
The woman them not safe. Thank you very much, Carlos. There is no way I could not have played this tonight because as we talk about transitioning relationship, maybe it's transitioning relationships in a broader sense, in that relationships are changing. Meaning how we get into them, how we find partners, how we stay in them. And as you said, even senior citizens are having issues now of handling their relationships. And as Christine is saying, women are really not safe. It isn't. Women are not safe. I keep on using the term and I want you to remember it. It's called femicide. It's called femicide. Women being killed because they're women. And just to wrap up, and I don't mean to be controversial, but another thing that has been bothering me, I notice a lot of men on social media, several gay men on social media bashing women. And I'm like, why? Why are you guys doing this? You know, so it's not just heterosexual men, it's all men. And in the Jamaican community have come out and are, as them say, in the Jamaican social media space, go up under the woman them skirt, you know, bashing women. And it's almost like it's become a national sport, you know, and I don't see how we can have healthy relationships when there's one set of people over here, men, thinking that they have a right to do and treat women however they want to. So there really needs to be a healing. And as we wrap up, I don't know if you guys have any suggestion, whether in the comments, Clara, Gloria, as to where do we begin to, I'm not talking about going back to the olden days, because as you guys rightly said, it wasn't pretty either. It was just in a different way. How do we heal this? How do we fix this? How do we begin to fix this, where women can really feel safe again in relationships? Clara?
I think we need to keep ourselves. I think we need to look out for ourselves. I think that the box stops with us now. There's nobody out there looking out for us except us. That's my opinion personally. Because the way things are now, the men are for themselves, and as you say, gay men, heterosexual men, they're doing their thing. I think we need to look out for ourselves and protect ourselves. Protect each other as well. If we see something going wrong, let us say to boy, sister, whatever. But we need to protect ourselves. That's what I think.
Clara?
There's not a lot of things that I would change about how I live, the choices that I make. And yes, there are mistakes. Nobody is infallible. But them say one cocoa full basket. So if I can help one woman, if I can empower one woman, if I can assist one woman to have a rethink of how they stack their priorities, of how they understand that you can't pour from an empty cup, of how to be effectively selfish by being more self-aware of who you are, so that you don't fall victim of rejection or being
Violence.
abused, violence,
Mm, mm,
because you put yourself in a position where you are so vulnerable.
mm-hmm,
You put yourself in a position where the values that you hold dear are like non-existent, and you become very gullible, thinking
mm,
that okay, the Michael Kors handbag, which is not real leather, Louis Vuitton handbag is a symbol of who you are. That's stupid. That is so if I can so I can't change the world. Jesus came and couldn't do it. But if I can help just one woman to
mm-hmm.
have a rethink, to do a reset, and then she in turn change one woman, it might not happen in this era, but just start
Mm,
by one.
And that's what we do here at the Daughters of Sheba Foundation. You know, we don't have even 20 people watching us on a good night when we do a live. And we don't care, you know,
nope,
because we are not here for the likes and the shares
nope.
and all of that. We never have been. The Daughters of Sheba Foundation is a Canadian registered nonprofit organization funded by us. So, as Clara is saying, if we can only help one woman,
Mm-hmm.
we're perfectly fine with doing just that, you know. And so, um, as Carella says, each one helps one, Cara.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So, you
yeah.
know, if you want to join us in our conversations, a lot of what we do is conversations, but we also
Mm-hmm.
do things behind the scene, because when we first started, we tried very limited, in a limited way, to do the picture thing where we show, because we wanted to show that, you know, those people who did give us money, we wanted to say to them, this is what we did. But then we
Mm-hmm.
moved away from that and decided that we're not going to take any money from anybody, because we don't
Mm-hmm.
want anybody to tell us how to do what we do. So we didn't have to take anybody's picture. So as Clara says, our focus is on, and you know, I have a problem with the way how people use the word empower. So our focus is in engaging and educating.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Katie.
you love to say, Gloria.
Yes, yes.
Our role is to educate people
Mm-hmm.
and women in particular. And that's
Yep.
what we will continue to do here at the Daughters of Sheba Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Any last words, Gloria?
Be safe.
Be safe. Yeah. Simple as that. Simple as that. Clara,
Be you.
be you. Okay. Thank you very much, ladies, for
Thank
joining us.
you.
And who
Thank
knows,
you.
they'll probably be back next month when we do a
No
woman's
problem.
prerogative, you know, because it's
No
important
problem.
that people see your faces and know it's not just
Okay.
me. I know it's not just me and who the Daughters of Sheba really is. It's Clara,
Hey.
it's Gloria, it's my daughter,
Uh,
and it's me. That this is the Daughters of Sheba Foundation. So thank you very much, guys. I know it's way
okay.
past your bedtime.
No
Um,
problem.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us, Carella, Christine, and whoever else will watch this later on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me just take this down, and then I will play our bye bye. Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a
Talk
good
to
night. Bye.
you. Bye.